Hi, Robert Chuckrow here. I'm going to talk about being in the moment, what it is, why it's important, and how to cultivate it. And what I'm going to talk about is from my experience, my training, the exposure that I had to certain things. And other people may have had other experience, training, exposure, and have a different view, which is fine. My definition of being in the moment is processing, being aware of, observing whatever is happening that's appropriate at each moment. Why is doing that important? Each of us has a conceptual framework, which is the sum total of all of our experience, all of the things we've been exposed to, all of our traumas, all of the emotional system activities that have gone on, all of that, everything is in there. And when something new comes in and we characterize it, analyze it, understand it from our conceptual framework as it's coming in, what we're doing is limiting it. We're rehearsing our conceptual framework. But what we want to do is to be able to have something new come in its pure state and not limiting it by all of that. So the way to be in the moment is to take this conceptual framework and put it in the background. It's there, but it's not in the foreground. And then just allow things to come in without the emotional system being involved, without words, without characterizing it. And so then it's in its pure state. And that can help us improve, add to our conceptual framework in a good way, help us with our development, help us with our understanding. If you say, how do you know that you're in the moment? But if you say, I'm in the moment now, then you're not, because you're characterizing it. You're using words. So if you're in the moment, it's only afterward that you know you are. So how do you cultivate being in the moment? Let's say I get into my car and I'm leaving my house. I left my house and I'm in my car. 5 minutes later, I ask myself, did I lock the door? Now, let's say the following comes into my mind. Yeah, I remember. I put the key in the cylinder. There was a little resistance this time. And when I turned it, I had to pull the door shut a little bit more to get it to turn. And then when I pulled it, I could feel the serrations in the key lifting and lowering the pins in the cylinder. And I remember putting it in my pocket. That means you were in the moment when that happened. You were observing what was going on that was important to observe. You were connecting to it. But if you don't have any recollection of it, then you may have to go all the way back home and check to see if the door were locked or not. So the thing is, you have to first recognize when you're not in the moment. And when your mind is disconnected from what's going on. And then sort of coax it back and reconnect. The more you practice that, the more you'll be in the moment. The better you'll get at being in the moment. The more dividends you'll get. Safety, self-development, greater understanding. The more you practice not being in the moment, having your mind be out to lunch, the better you're going to get at that. Thank you.